Welcome, traders, and hello to this second episode of Finotive Funding interview series. Today we have Thor from Oslo, Norway, and he will be talking to us about his trading experience. Let's have a standard beginning of the interview. If you may introduce yourself to everyone. Who is Thor?
Okay. Hi. So my name is Thor, and I'm 27 years old, and I've been most of my life been a carpenter, and so I got introduced to trading by a friend in October 2022, I think. I think 2022, and since then I've just when I got introduced to it, I heard about it one night, and I just decided that this is something that I want to do. It's either this or nothing. And when I start doing something, I do it.
Nice.
So
Nice,
it's
that's
been
amazing.
this or
That's really
nothing.
good. Yeah. I mean, the most important thing is the first step, and once you take it, then the journey starts. That's great to
Right.
hear. Let's talk a bit about like how was the start in trading? Like, did you start demo trading, or you just went up straight to live trading? How did it start? Talk to us a bit about it.
No, okay. So in 2019, I bought like when COVID came, so I started trying to learn trading for a month on my own, and it didn't go well, so I gave up. But I learned I was experienced with the charts a little bit, and I learned about MACD, and that's all. And then when I got introduced to it in October 2022, I was actually at my absolute lowest at the point, and this idea just came at us on a silver platter by a friend, and he didn't start, but I did.
Oh,
So that's the fun part.
nice.
So when I started on demo accounts. I did some risky trading. I didn't follow any rules, so to speak, but I got as much experience as possible. And then so I got introduced to an organization as well that helped me to start with the basics and teach me everything. I was very much a lone wolf, so I spent all my time because I spent like from the second I wake up until the second I went to sleep. I quit my job and everything. I decided this is what I want to do because I had side jobs, so I could always survive.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What a strong
Yeah.
step to take, to be honest. Like, not many people I see, they really, like just sacrifice everything for the trading journey, and like you did that. So I would salute that for you, to be honest.
It's a sacrifice to get somewhere good, really.
Yeah. I mean, it takes sacrifice to be good at something, to be honest, right?
100%.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say that trading, is often characterized by a steep learning curve, I would say, and with ups and downs along the way of learning, and like, the process of getting in touch with the charts and everything. So how would you perceive like your own journey of improvement? Because like we saw that you showed us nothing but improvement, to be honest, since you started trading with Finotive, and like especially considering the initial challenges and the many accounts you had. So how would you say you improved yourself in trading?
So it's as you say, it's been an up and down, and as well as in this trading journey that I've been on, I've been moving a lot. I've never been still, so I've been
Yeah.
in Spain, I've been in Norway, I've been in Sweden, I've been really bouncing back and forth between all these places because I know people all over the place,
Yeah.
and so it's been. Um, at the start, I was so hyper focused the 2 first months, and then I got my first funded account on another prop firm,
Yeah.
and then I got just a couple months after that, I got introduced to Finotive, and then stuck with Finotive for
Yeah.
until now, and so forth.
Yeah.
And so I got my first funded account, a 10K account, at my second month of learning. And that it kind of got to my head. I'm not gonna lie, it really much got to my head, and I felt like invincible. So I moved to Spain. I did everything, and it went well. And then I lost the account, and then it was like this. Okay, so I gotta be smart, and I gotta get another
It
account.
hits. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I gotta rethink myself. And then it was like this, repeating some accounts, it's going up and down, and then over trading
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a big thing, right?
Yeah.
You hear it always, and yeah, I've heard about it so much, but it's like it's
It's a
it's
thing.
it's a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't want to interrupt you when you were talking, but how did you find out about Finitive? How did you come up through it?
That's a hard one because I think it was my mentor. that introduced me because he looked up a couple of prop firms. I'm actually a reason he started Finotive again
Okay.
because he said that there was other prop firms. He looked into some other prop firms. He's been bouncing back and forth between a
Yeah.
lot of them. I just stuck with one because I feel like you had rules. There's other prop firms with this more loose rules, but when he told me that, I said that if I can't follow these rules, I don't feel like I'm deserving of an account.
Yeah. Correct.
If I can't trade, I can't trade,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't think much of it. I just stuck with it, and now he's rethinking coming back.
That, I
So
mean,
that's
you've made the perfect choice staying with us, isn't it?
100%. 100%. I feel so too. I
Yeah.
feel so too. You're developing a lot, so
Nice, nice.
you're
That's
doing
great to
much,
hear. That's awesome to hear, to be honest. Yeah, that's great. So,
much in the best.
talking about celebration as well. I mean,
Thank
celebrating
you.
achievements is very
Yeah,
important in trading and as a trader as well. So, the best way to do that, I believe, is receiving a good payout, right? Isn't it?
100%. It
So,
is.
how did it feel to receive your first payout of over $2,000? I mean, especially after experiencing smaller wins and like step
Yeah.
backs.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was
Yeah.
really nice, and it's a fun thing because I finished the account in a couple of days,
Yeah.
the challenge parts, and then the Friday came, and I was like, I wasn't gonna trade, and then I saw, and my account the Friday morning, I got the notification that my account was open and funding everything. For clearing, they go through your
Yeah. Yeah.
trades and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything. Uh, and when I got the okay, I looked at the charts. A couple of hours later, I entered the trade, and I pulled out a fair amount of sum.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It is.
Yeah,
It is actually very good. I mean, as you said, you got funded after only 2 months of learning your first account, and that's pretty impressive. And the
yeah,
improvement you've made, and we've seen as well, is pretty impressive as well. So to be honest, you've showed us nothing but improvement, and that's really a big thing, a good thing as well. So
that's probably get recognition.
exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
reinforcement.
we got to know you a bit, and now we will move along to talk about more about trading, a bit from the technical side of point of view. So identifying the right currency pairs and assets is quite important and quite challenging for people to find one to stick with. And like, how long did it take you to like pinpoint the currency pairs or assets you felt most comfortable trading? I mean, to be honest, when I was looking at your account, I saw that you trade gold a lot. But why do you favor it exactly? And if you have any other favor, currency pairs or any other thing, just please go ahead and share it with us.
So when I started, it was Euro USD and AUD GPY. That was my main two pairs. I didn't trade gold until I think it was early last year, so maybe a year now. I've been trading gold for a year, and it's because it's very volatile, gold,
Yeah.
and like it's like looking at it. Looking at for me, it's been looking at it like sitting in a boat on rough seas, or it's like you're playing your USD or
Yeah,
AGPY.
yeah.
Then it's like clear, just
Yeah.
smooth sailing.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
comparison, nice metaphor. Yeah, I like it.
So it's kind of it's more exciting, I think,
Yeah.
as well. So it's more volatile and it's more exciting.
Yeah, to be honest, I would say the same. From a trader point of view, I would say the more volatile the market, the more exciting it is looking at it and
Right?
trading and everything. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It
100%.
gives you like a roller coaster of emotions and like it's a mix
Oh
of
yeah,
everything, you know?
but I'm an ADHD person, so
Yeah,
I got emotional roller coaster all my
yeah,
life.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
this just fits me, I guess.
That's great. If we may move ahead and you can share your screen with us and show us a bit of your strategy, then that would be awesome. So, it looks very interesting what I'm looking at right now in the chart. And yeah, I
Everyone's
mean,
different.
exactly. Yeah, we know that each trader employs like a unique strategy in their trading experience and approach, And so could you just provide, like an insight into your trading strategy?
Channels.
All right.
Yeah,
I can see.
I'm
I
looking
can
at
see.
channels because I see uh, my English there. I see repetitive pattern.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
History repeats itself, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at here is the structural bias, and it's bullish. And then I go into and I look at inside, because there's always trend lines inside trend lines inside trend lines. So and it moves like that, and it follows and like I know that it can follow a trend from way back.
Yeah, yeah.
So just knowing them, I just a day, maybe yesterday, I think I cleared my entire window. As I do that sometimes because it can be overwhelming
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like clearing your head.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And since you trade gold, like, do you base your decision in the entry point, like into like based on news, or like you're purely technical? Like, how do you do it?
I try to do both. I do sometimes I trade news. But sometimes I try to stay out of it.
Okay.
It depends on the technical, where it's at, how it's looking, and if it's at a good place and good news is telling me it's giving me clear confirmations.
Interesting.
I would stay in the news. Either if I'm not sure, I'm not taking it, because I don't feel like I want to. If I would like to gamble, I would gamble.
Yeah.
But trading for me isn't gambling.
Yeah, yeah. It's not.
Or I try to have the mindset as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
But
good. That's good. That's good to be honest.
sometimes
Yeah.
something comes back, but it's something that I'm working on, and
Ye-
you always learn, you always develop, and you always.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I see that you're looking at the daily time frame. Is that your standard one, or do you look at different ones before taking any
No,
decision?
I look at for now. I've been looking at daily because this was the where I was looking at before the talks, and I go down to mostly hourly. So I look at hourly when I do enter trades,
Okay.
hourly or 15 minutes, depending on.
How it's
But
looking like?
around there, that's where I would look for entry. Right now,
Nice.
I'm waiting for it to waiting for some more price action before I enter trade. I'm looking for gold to go down a bit, but we'll see.
All right. I'm talking a bit about the technical as well. I mean, I can see that you're using the MACD crossover. Do you use any other indicators, or that's the only one, or how do you usually do
No,
it? Walk us a bit about the
uh,
strategy.
so I used the RSI, the MACD crossover, and because it's the one that I used the first one first, and it gives off like it in short term it gives me like entry points.
Okay.
So it's very easy for me to, for
To
example,
identify, yeah.
identify an entry, a good entry point for a sell.
Okay.
So here, is as long as they're crossing, it's changing trends
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
short term.
Solid. Interesting. I mean, we see, to be honest, a lot of traders using kind of a similar approach, and it pays off, I would say. So yeah, I mean, as we said, everyone has their own approach and everyone has their own strategy and trading style.
100%.
And now we looked at Thor's, and yeah, that was his trading strategies. And let's move forward with the next steps of the interview. Talking about what we saw in the charts and trading style and everything, let's talk a bit about your risk management. So we know that risk management is also an important factor of successful trading. How do you effectively manage your risk in your trading activities?
I try to hold my risk to 1%.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be at most 1.5, really depending on, but that is at most. If at a 2%.
So you
But I
always
feel
stick to
like
the 1%.
I like to hold a rule for myself that 3% in a day, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Solid. Another point that we may talk about is the scaling. So scaling from a point of view looking ahead, what are your plans for scaling in your trading activities? Like, do you have any specific scaling strategy in mind, or walk us through it?
No, I don't have any basic strategy for that. I'm looking for getting more accounts under my belt, under my name, and having that insurance, because I feel like having more accounts and then start scaling individual accounts
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
So that is my first off plan, just getting more accounts
Yeah.
and just having the security, I think it would be the right word.
Great, cool. I mean, being safe, better be safe than sorry, isn't it?
Right,
Cool.
100%.
Yeah,
Because
perfect.
I've been there. Because you can never plan to fail, and always there's something there's a saying that I've heard. There's like plan to fail and
Same.
plan to win is planning to win, or something like
I
that.
mean, it sounds familiar to be honest, but yeah,
Right,
I could see what you're trying to point out here. Yeah.
100%.
All right. Cool. So moving along to the next step of the interview, we will talk a bit about the psychological part of trading. So, seeing you like you went through it all basically, from losing accounts to making profits and learning by yourself and everything. So, trading usually, often, like as we all know as traders, reveals some insights in oneself. And through your experiences in trading, like what valuable insights have you gained about yourself from trading?
I'm greedy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell, to be honest, from the way you were speaking about yourself like a year ago, 2 years ago. So over trading, would you say over trading was what point out the greedy behavior in you?
Yeah, yeah. And there's another thing. I could hold positions for longer than I should. And for example, if I took my TP1, or maybe even came to my TP2, I would wait for my TP3.
Oh,
And if I saw a pullback, I would think a retest.
oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I
I
could fuck
completely
myself,
understand. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've been through that maybe also.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not sure though, but I'm gonna ask you this question. Would you say that you could spot some similarities from real life in trading?
Yeah.
For
Oh, so
example,
much.
let's say that one can have qualities, like for example, patience or stuff. For example, you say you've been greedy in trading.
Mhm.
Would you say that you have that thing as well in real life?
I think I do. Like this trading really revealed it, like made it
The
clear
true
to
self.
me.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
it's like it really
yeah.
showed me like, okay, it's really, I can't hide it. I can't, like, it's right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. It's obvious.
Really, okay.
Yeah.
I know what to work on, but yeah, it's really that. It really shows you who you are.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great to know. I mean, to be honest, the more I speak to people about trading, it's very, how to say, like, important to see how trading just reveals the true self of everyone. Like whatever you are, whatever you're trying to hide, the trading will just like come and like humble you in a way that is like
Oh
crazy.
yes.
Yeah. That was it. I would ask you one last question. So
Mhm.
traders like you that I said exactly like went through it all, from losing accounts to small wins to consistency and like big wins. So often have like that wisdom to share with novice traders and beginners.
Oh
If you could go back in time, right, and advice like just give yourself an advice, what would it be exactly?
yeah. Stick to it. But really, what advice? I'm very glad for every failure that I've done, because every failure is experience. You learn from them, and if it's like putting your hand on the stove, if you don't burn yourself, you're not gonna learn.
Yeah.
So I feel
True.
like advice is just double your time,
Yeah. That's great.
double your efforts.
W's, yeah, exactly.
100%.
All right, that was it. Thank you very much, Thor, for the interview. Do you have any other last words before we close up?
No, and not that I could think of. I'm very happy for being in Finotive,
We're happy as
and
well.
very happy for this opportunity to
We're
talk
happy
with
to
you
have you
as
as well.
well.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much. That was it, guys. And until the next episode, happy trading.